Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at mychickenscratch.com, and this is the project we're making today. This is another of my 12 days of Christmas, and we're going to make this project using the mason jar lids along with our window sheets. Okay, so we're going to be using two of the lids. We're going to be using the Snow Festival Designer Series paper. Our window sheet, I've already put adhesive on there, and this measures 4 by 9. And what you're going to do is you're going to put sticky strip here and here on this side of the window sheet, and then on this side you're going to put it just on this side, because what's going to happen is it's going to go just like that, okay? Because this is going to stick to the bottom of that. So that's actually the first thing I'm going to do, because if I mess this up, then I can start all over. But first, actually, we want to take some glue dots and we want to glue these lids in here. So I've already done this one to save some time. So I'll do this one next. And you really want to put it as close to the edge as you can. Okay, I just did 4. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this. We're going to peel off and you don't get a do-over when you're dealing with this sticky strip, so you have to make sure that you've got it going in the right direction before you stick it. So you want to make sure that this bottom strip is on the outside, because it's going to stick right inside your mason jar lid. Okay, so I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of rolling it around in there. Okay, now this is the hardest part, is really just this edge right here, and it's okay, it'll be okay. Okay, so what I do is I make sure that this piece right there is stuck down, and then when I bring this, those two pieces don't overlap, but they're side by side. So see right there, they're side by side, and I found that was the easiest way to do it. And this is snowman soup. I didn't explain that. So it's got the cocoa and the marshmallows, the candy cane, and the Hershey Kisses. So what we're going to do is cover the edges with the Designer Series paper. So we're going to take this sticky strip. And I forgot, I was going to make sure that my seam lined up with this seam, but I forgot. So when you're making this project yourself, it would be nice if you lined up your seam of your Designer Series paper with this seam. Okay, so that would be the back. So now for this one. Okay. You've seen me make this project before with the leftover button and brad containers. So now this is a little bit bigger than the original one, and it's using the mason jar lids. So if you don't have any extra button and brad containers, you can just use this. Okay, so now I'm just going to position the seam in the back. Okay, so now let's decorate the top up here. That is the Snow Festival Designer Series paper again, and this is a 2.5-inch circle. But what I did was I also did a 2.5-inch circle of white, because it's kind of sunk in here, and I didn't want this to just poke down or collapse or sink in the middle. So I'm just going to attach this. And actually, I used mini glue dots to attach it because they're a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to put them around the edges. Okay, so that part's done. So now let's stamp our snowman. We're using Black Stays-On ink. And I cut him out using the 1 3/4 circle punch. And we're going to attach him to the 2 3/8 scallop circle punch. Okay, so let's color him. We're going to be using the pumpkin marker and the Baja Breeze marker. So let's start with the brush tip in. I'm coloring every other. And then we'll do his scarf. And his buttons. And last, his nose. Okay, let's pop him up with a couple dimensionals. Okay, now let's attach the sweater trim. Okay, so what I did was I first just tied a knot up here at the top. Okay, that just keeps it closed. So, and then I cut, let's see, I have 14 of these and they measure 3 inches. So that's going to make the little pom-pom right here on the top. Okay, so what we'll do is we're just going to bunch them all together. And then I've got some Pool Party baker's twine. And I should have put that down and then put all those on top of it. Okay, so before I get it too tight, I'm going to kind of straighten some of them up. That looks pretty good. See? I have way too much of the baker's twine, but at this point it's better to have too much than too little. You want that to be tight. Okay, so then what I did here was I also used the baker's twine to attach it. There's probably a simpler way, but it's not hard. It was just kind of a handful there holding all that. So there we go. And then we're just going to trim the baker's twine. And then we're going to trim those 2 pieces that were on there before. Where's the other one? Here it is. And then we're going to attach this using a mini glue dot to the front. Okay, so there's the top, and you could trim these now, give them a haircut, because they are quite a bit longer than that one, but I can do that later. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks a lot. Bye. You want that to be